Everyone, this is Dawn and welcome back to my channel, and apparently I have a little guest here. As soon as I go to turn this on, guess who comes to visit? Yes, this is Brother, one of my two kitty cats, and there he goes. So I am coming on to make, I guess kind of a craft with me. I've been watching a lot of really, goodness, vintage inspired type of junk journal collaging, which really is not a style I necessarily lean to, but I absolutely love it. So I wanted to come on and make maybe a few embellishments, a build your stash kind of thing. So first off, I want to kind of make an altered envelope. And I really think the one that has most inspired me, at least as of these 5 minutes making this project, is Susie with Creative Café Girl, and I will leave the link to her channel in the description box below. So I also wanted to play with kind of some journaling cards, which I really like journaling cards, and I'm filming on my tablet, which I've done just a few times, so I don't know where I'm at or what I'm doing, so I hope I'm staying in frame because it's really tight in on what I'm doing. But anyways, this is a package of spring farmhouse journaling cards. And there are various cards. I have shown this before. I believe I picked this up on scrapbook.com and I really like it. So I tend to work late a whole lot, and I actually turned off my computer and I sat down with my son and ate some Girl Scout cookies, which were the thanks a lot, the ones covered in chocolate, shortbreads like with chocolate. They were really yummy. And then I have kind of taken over the dining room table here because my craft room really needs some organization. So it's been on my mind to get in there and take care of some things. You know, there are just never enough storage solutions, I think, and then you've got too much stuff for the storage solutions, and then you buy stuff and then you set them in there. At least this is my vicious cycle, so that is what's going on in my life. So here I am at the dining room table. I can only stay here so long so I don't impede on the family. So I've just added some ink to this, which is just a regular, it's not even a large size envelope. It's, oh goodness, I do have a ruler here. Pardon me, I'm going to reach across the table and knock everything down. So this envelope is just, in, of course, anything would do. So this is like 6.5 inches by about 3.25, no, a little more than 3.5. So that is the size of this envelope. So not too big. So I am, oh, before I forget, I'm just going to go ahead and ink up the back of it too. So sorry if this part is a little boring. And you know what? Let me see if I can scooch out just a little bit so I can get more of what I'm doing in here. So, and I just got to keep an eye on myself. So I can't hear you if you're telling me, oh my goodness, you're out of frame, Dawn. So I am happy just to spend a couple of minutes creating something fun. You know what? Every time I sit here, I end up knocking stuff in the table. Case in point, I think I almost did, but I think it's all still here. If I go looking for stuff, it can remind me that it's on the floor. All right, so all I'm doing, I take an artist sponge and I cut them up. I have the Tim Holtz tools, but I always kind of prefer to do my inking up this way. So, okay, so I've inked up this envelope and I want my flap to be on this side. I think this side. Yes, I want my flap to be on this side. Maybe I want it to be on this side now that I'm thinking about for a particular project that this is going to go in, I think. I think I'm going to do it this way. Okay, now that I've thought about that. Okay, and I've got this old Stampin' Up! Stamp here, 1997. I know these are retired, but you can kind of get them on eBay. And there's a set of 4 different little, excuse me, designs, but this one is just these speckles, and part of this one is crunched. I actually have 2 of these, but I couldn't find my better one, but I've never gotten rid of this one because these dots are a great thing to have. So I just have my Distress Oxide in the Vintage Photo, and I am just going to just lay down some of these spots in just a random placement. Really just to give the back of this some depth and color. All right, so we've got a little bit of a treatment on an envelope, and really for me, I have coffee dyed once only. I might do it again. I did not find it terrible because in my head I was like, nothing I will ever do. But you know what? This works just fine with a lot less work. So these are a couple of scraps that were just laying on my table, which kind of inspired me. I saw my journaling cards and I saw these scraps and I was like, well, let me grab an envelope out of my desk drawer and let's go make a little vintage inspired kind of envelope. So this is just a scrap. I think this was some sort of almost a pre-made tassel that I bought at Hobby Lobby. So it came with all of these little scraps and I untied it. So they're just like, this is a little lace scrap and this is just a little fabric scrap. And quite frankly, this keeps folding. A lot of people would come back in and stitch these down. I am not. We just have some fabric glue here. I have some Fabrifix and that will work for me. I'm sure if, and quite frankly, I'm just going to add my glue right to the fabric because I do, just so I can lay it on there. It'll be a little bit easier. If Jan from Jan's Crazy Life is watching me, she's going to be saying, Dawn, 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 why aren't you using your art glitter glue? Because I tell you what, I really do prefer the Fabrifix for fabric. And some people are bothered by the smell. It is an acetone, but I am okay with it. It really doesn't bother me. To me, it's almost like having a glue gun, which I don't care to use a glue gun very often unless I want to hold some rosettes down quickly. So I'm just going to kind of place that down. I don't want it to be too perfect. It's popping up here a little bit. Other folks might go to their sewing machine and stitch it down. Not me. We're just going to use some glue. Oh, my hubby is home. Hi, hun. So I am, honey, we're doing a thing here. Yeah, okay. I was just saying, hold off on the ice. He's dumping out his drink, and I was like, don't be too loud. All right, so I'm going to use some more of this little Fabrifix, and this is just a little piece of lace that I'm just going to kind of lay on top of here. And you know what? I want this to be a little junky, but I don't want that laying off too much. So it can stick up a little bit, and that is fine. And I probably shouldn't use the business end of my scissors, huh? Okay, and that lace just kind of blends in a little bit, but you see that? Oh, and let me say this. I found, okay, there's a lot of stuff sitting right around me, and I can't see exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, I don't know what I did with it. All right, so we're going to keep on going. So what I decided I was going to use, let me put the lid back on my glue here. All right, let me get my trimmer. So what I'm going to do is take this little journaling card. These are generally a 3x4 size, and I wanted to cut it down just a little bit, I think. So what I'm going to do is take my trimmer, and the very first line right here, I'm going to trim off, and it's, I don't know, is that an 1/8? A 16th probably. So I'm going to trim that down just a little bit off of each side. I wonder what I did with the rest of my embellishments. I went to go pull a few things together, and I left them sitting around somewhere. Okay, that's a little bit better. I thought that was just a little bit too wide because I do want to see my fabric there on the side. And then I'm going to take my corner rounder and bring this back, put my rounded edges back on. Okay, and then I'm going to ink this up a little bit. All right, and then, oh, I want to use a pink doily on here, so let's go and put that in place. And I think this is going to be relatively simple. I might have a few other things sitting around here. Okay, I think we're going to put that right around here. Yes. Okay, so we're going to glue on this doily, and I think I don't know if I want to ink it up or not. I like the pop of it, but I might like to ink it up a little bit. Yeah, I kind of like knocking that color back a little bit. So we're going to put a little bit of color on it, just so it looks like it's cohesive and goes with it. Okay. And instead of cutting this doily off, I'm just going to let it wrap around. So, okay, I think that's good. And then it's just a little bit plain up here. So I think I might add, I've got a few washi tapes out here. And this one's a floral, but it looks kind of busy. I kind of like the pop of this gold, kind of drawn towards the gold. Just taking off that edge where it's not as sticky. And I think I'm just gonna add for a little bit of sparkle to peek out behind there. I think I'm gonna layer it with maybe this stripe. Let's see if I like that. If I don't, maybe I'll switch back over to the, you know what? I kind of like that. Okay, it's got a little bit of shine, but it's kind of in the background, so I like that. Okay, this is where we're going with our little altered envelope. So here I am going to use my art glitter glue, just because I feel like that Fabri-Tac's going to get everywhere. And I'm just going to do a little bit of this all around. It's kind of getting evening here, so I hope we have pretty decent light. All right, I'm just going to do a thin layer of this, but I want it to hold down pretty good. I want it to hold up. All right. Make sure in frame here. Let us fold that around. Okay. Let's do the back. Okay. Uh-oh. Cut my glue bottle on it a little bit, but it's okay. All right, so I think I like where this is going. All right, so I've got my my little moo cow here. I almost want to add, got a few ribbons sitting off to the side. Maybe I'll do something like a little tab on it. It's not really going to pull anything, but I think I want to put something on it to give it a little bit of interest. Or how does it look if we just... Or if it does become a little tab. Or maybe something on the bottom. No, I don't like it down there. All right, let me go back to my original thought, and I do have this little piece. Oh, maybe I just want to add a little bit of something down there. All right, I'm going to pull that back out. And then I was also wondering, do I want to pop that piece up or not? I was also thinking that I pulled out some, and you know what? I do not like the striped washi tape, but I do like the dot. And I'm going to go back in and add a little bit more of a dot. Do you hear my cat sneezing? Bless you, bud. That one's kitty, not brother. I think I'm going to add a little bit more of this washi tape up here because I do like that. It's peeking out up there. And I think I'm going to use one of these pink flowers. If I can get it off without ripping it. Oh, I kind of like that. And then I think I'm going to put some buttons down here. Yes, I pulled those out. That's where I was going with this originally. And I think this flower will be flat enough for where I want to put it. I really want to pop this card up, but I think I want to keep the dimension off of it. So let us go ahead, and I think I'm going to go ahead and use the Fabri-Fix to go ahead and add our little journaling card on here. Okay. So, journaling card, which I just got that glue all over my fingers. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop up our flower up here. I like that. I like where we're going. I'm going to put a generous glop of that on. Okay, I like that. Maybe the kitty drinking his water. Okay, and then, make sure my glue is not sticking down. And then I've got these buttons right here, and I just thought I'd kind of glue them on randomly over here. I've got them in 3 different shades. Now, do I want to have one of them up on the card and the other 2 a little bit lower? Kind of a little bit of a triangular or something like that. Okay, I think I like that. Normally, I would probably want to put a little bit of thread, but these buttons are kind of small, so I'm going to go ahead and put them down. I feel like my style of crafting is changing just a little bit. I made some Tim Holtz Christmas cards and tags the other day, which is not typically, it's a little more vintage than I generally craft, but I gotta tell you, I'm really liking the style. And this here too is a lot more vintage, I think, than I would normally make. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave this for now. I think some part of me still wants to put something in here, and I'm not sure what that is, but I think I'm going to go ahead and leave that for now. I might end up finding like a word sticker or something like that, but isn't that adorable? It says the country gentleman. I think that's so really cute. So we have a fun little altered little envelope. So I'm very excited about this. I'm going to go ahead and stop there. Just wanted to come on and do a quick little project. Thanks for stopping by and watching. Give us a thumbs up. Let me know if you have created things like this, or maybe you want to sit down and do something real simple like this and pop out a altered envelope or 2. So anyways, thanks so much for stopping by, and until next time.